Man, oh man, Griffis blessing. Here's another update. I can't believe these updates are coming so dang quick. This is the type of property management company they are. We had this huge sit down with Carrie Joe and Josie, which is no longer there, by the way, and the owners. They came in, we talked to them. Our main issue with the property management company is that they don't communicate. They don't tell us when they're going to show up. They just show up or they send somebody out and we're not here. We're going to the bank. We're going to the post office. Maybe I need to take a shit and I lock the door. Sorry, UPS showed up, So you got to take care of business. So UPS showed up. But the issue is with these people that they don't communicate with us, and that was the whole problem with this property management company is they don't communicate. No communication. So here's a good example. So we have that issue with the check, right? And I sent them my email this morning, which was kind of nasty, but I'm fed up with it, right? Like the video talked about, my last video. So she at 11:19 a.m. unannounced goes, I am standing at your door to pick up the check. Thank you. Did you arrange this ahead of time? So here's my email back to her. I'm like, Carrie, glad you can read a sign on the door that said I will be back at 11:45. Granted, with traffic, I was back at 12:07 a.m. Again, unannounced drop-in. I better give you my schedule. I won't be in tomorrow morning till 1 p.m.-ish. I also leave to get my daughter from school 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. daily. Yes, I am a busy dad. I was here at 7 a.m. in the morning today and stepped out for a few to run errands and run a business because you have to leave to run a business. And we'll get into that a little more because I put a list here of things. Let me know. I mean, if you're a business owner, you're going to know you're going to have to step out, especially when you don't have employees yet. That's just the nature of running a business. There's a lot more to a business than just being here all the time. Although, want to be here all the time, don't want to miss a sale, but we have other things to do, right? And I'll get into that, but we'll finish with my email. I thought we had this conversation of just dropping in. This is so unprofessional. If you would have taken the time to email last night and say you were dropping in at X, whatever time that might be, I would have made sure not to leave. However, your email clearly stated it was against policy and we heard nothing. Haven't heard anything. She just drops in at 11:19 a.m. per her email to me, assuming she's literally standing at the door at that time. We'll assume that's legit. She was standing there at 11:19 a.m. today, and she just showed up. I guess I better not pick up product ever again. This is next level bullshit. I can't even take a shit in this place without worrying you will drop in. I also see no missed calls to the office phone or my phone. Yes, that's right. Typical phones, it will tell me missed calls, no missed calls. I haven't deleted them or anything. I keep track. I clear this out like every few days, and I keep track of when there's missed calls. Why do I do that? So I have an idea of when people are calling. Like at the end of the day, I'll look, and if there's no missed calls, and I come in the morning, and there's 2 missed calls, then they must be calling later or something, They're calling at weird hours. So I keep track of that. That's clear. There's been no missed calls. And no missed emails because she didn't email until she was standing at the door. What? It makes no sense. So, and then I say, please come in, get your check with an appointment. Typical things a small business owner needs to do. Pick up product. Go to the bank, right? Got to do stuff at the bank. Go to the post office. Sometimes we got to mail stuff. Sometimes we have to pick up stuff because maybe they came on a weekend or it's a signed product, whatever. We have to go to the post office or UPS or whatever. We have to deal with them. What else? Meet with the clients. Sometimes we meet with people. We'll go have lunch or breakfast or whatever it is. We'll meet with people. Why? A, for my YouTube channel, B, for the store, and also just to get it out of here to take a break and take a lunch sometimes, because when you're in here at 7 a.m. in the morning, it's a long day. And a lot of times I'm here, and so I'll go get my daughter. Like I say, I got a couple hours where I go get my daughter. I have to go wait in the school line. That's what takes forever. Wait in the school line, get her, take her home, and then come back here. That takes time. So because I usually do that, I'm usually here till 7 or 8 at night. Now, can't guarantee that, so please call or whatever, but you're welcome to come in. If you happen to live in the area and you need something, swing on by. We might be here. Or give us a call or send us an email. And I would say give us a call because I don't always check the email because I do a lot of things online. I got my Meeker email. I got the A&M Moto Toys email, personal email. I got a lot of stuff with email and doing social media. I might be rendering videos, so I don't have time to look at email. So come on in, But I do try to at least open it up a couple times a day and have a look for work here at contact@ammmototoys.com. And also, that goes into the take a break. Sometimes I just need to take a break, man. Like when Aaron's here, because he brings his dog lie, he has to go take 15, 20 minutes and he goes walks the dog. So the dog doesn't go crazy from being in here. The same thing with me when I bring my dog. I got to go walk the dog. So, we'll turn the sign, say we'll be back, a rough estimate. It's not science, but it's a rough estimate, and we'll try to be back. Use the restroom, Usually during the day to go pee. I don't really want to get into this, but I think I have to because these people are so stupid. So if they see this email, gotta go pee, I usually just go back there, leave the door open, go pee. That way I can hear if somebody comes in quickly, boom, boom, in and out. If I have to take a number 2, to put it politely, then I turn the sign, lock the door, and I go take a crap so I don't have somebody come in here and I'm fumbling and then they steal something, It's not wise. So when she was standing at the door, was the lights off? No. The lights were on like you see behind me. The lights were on. The bikes are along the window. Obviously, I'm returning to the space. That's pretty damn clear because maybe something happened and I had to leave. But she thinks she's so fucking dumb. She thinks I'm just going to be sitting here waiting for her because somehow I telepathically knew she was going to come in. What if my daughter was fucking sick, bitch, and I had to go get her? So, you fucking piss me off is what you do, because this is bullshit. She's done it since day one, and it's kind of like little Telltale. Actually, in the past, she has actually said, Aaron, Mark wasn't there. And it's like, because I stepped out and grabbed lunch, or I stepped out, and she doesn't realize we're business partners. If this business goes down, not only does Aaron might lose the rent, all the product around here, I bought. So I lose that. And because I'm the person I am, I'm going to, Aaron and I would work something out, and I would probably somehow compensate him for some of the rent after everything was said and done. We would see what our final tally was. You sell everything off, you see what your final tally is, and then you kind of work that out of what is left. That's just how I'm not going to leave him hanging. I don't think he's going to leave me hanging. But this woman is beyond ridiculous. Now I feel like, shit, I just want to take the rest of the day because I am mentally now just strained with her. Anyways, so restroom. I might be in the restroom taking a number 2, That happens. I'm human. I'm not going to let you come in and just shoplift. Always done that running a business. When it's a one-man operation. Now, I've run one-man family operations for the family. That were multi-million-dollar operations. That when sold for multi-millions of dollars. $5 to $8 million, let's say. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, you're not going to be here all the time. So, and like I said, step outside, take the trash out. Maybe I'm like breaking up boxes. I'm going to be out back for extended time. I'll usually write out back. So if the person has a brain, they can walk around and be like, hey, But yeah, but I'm out there. Maybe I'm getting the bikes ready, doing something, fiddling with the bike in my truck, unloading stuff, loading stuff. That's a possibility. And they might not know because I have the showroom door shut and you can't see through. And, but I usually put a sign saying, but when I put a sign that says we'll be back and it has a time on it and it says 11:45, I'm usually pretty close to that. Yeah, I was a little off, but I wasn't drastically off. At some point, we probably should get a cell phone for the shop. And then that way, if you walk out, you could take the phone and that way you could say, hey, text me at this number. Hey, it'd be a local number. And the person at the door could text you that number and you could be like, okay, I'll be back in 10 minutes or whatever, That way they have an idea. Or they might say, okay, I can be back in 40 minutes themselves because they have stuff to do. Yeah, we probably need to do something like that, but I'm not waiting around for this Carrie Joe lady to just show up randomly. It's so unprofessional. What do you all think? I mean, as a small business owner, would you deal with this? Would you deal with a property management company that is just randomly showing up? Randomly showing up. They know we have a problem with the check. And last communication was we won't pick it up because of company policy. And Aaron had some choice words. I had some choice words. And instead of saying, hey, we're going to get that. We'll be there around 11 o'clock. I would have been like, you know what? I won't leave today. Or I'll leave a little later. I had only just left a little prior to that. But, they want you to telepathically somehow know that they're just going to fucking pop in to pick up a check without telling you. This is the lack of communications that Griffis' blessing is not a blessing does. There is no communication. If you talk to other people in this rental space, strip center, lack of communication. You can't just show up. That is unprofessional. But that's what they do. That's what they do because they don't understand it. It's like when the first time when we moved in with the locks, that guy just randomly showed up. We weren't here the first time. He had to come back. We weren't even technically allowed to be open, and they still were like, well, no one was there. Well, yeah, because we're remodeling. We're not open. We're not here every day. And then there were some other issues where people just showed up randomly, like the furnace. Oh, they're just show right up doing the parking lot. Hey, they're going to come and do the parking lot. Like, they give very little notice to these things. Oh, we're the roofs leak. We're going to have people come out, and we don't know when. And also, people come out. We've heard people since walking on the roof. It's their building. That's their right. But it would be nice head up because I've had customers in here like, who's walking around on the roof? And I'm like, hell if I know. It's a property management company. They don't tell us anything. We don't know. But, they're not going to. They're not going to at this point. Their cultural habit is not to communicate with people. They're not going to tell you, oh, hey, they expect you to be there. They expect you to open that door. That's not how small business works. I'm not Domino's. I don't have 6 employees. Even the game city next to us. I mean, if it's just one of them in there, I'm sure if they have to step out, that door's going to be locked. You can't just be there nonstop. At least he has an employee, so they can kind of switch on and off, which is probably what they do. Which, as soon as we get an employee, once we become established enough to have that employee in luxury, that will be great. Yes, because then I can be like, hey, employee, you're here. I'm going to go over to the post office, or I'm going to run these errands. You here? I should be back in 2 hours if anyone needs me. We don't have that luxury yet. They don't understand that. I don't know if they're dumb or just naive or don't deal with small businesses where it's the business owners running the place. One is a full-time in the Air Force, so it's like they don't even care about veterans. Full-time Air Force. And I'm the one here, and I got to do all these things like go to the bank, go to the post office. Take a damn break. When I'm here at 7 a.m., you're damn right I'm going to be taking a damn early lunch, because I take a damn early lunch. Why? Sometimes because I know I have to go get my daughter at 2:30, so that way I'm kind of here through if there's anyone that's on their lunch break and they're here. That's why I was back here at 12:07. I wanted to be back here a little before that, but things don't always work out. Things were going on, man. Traffic was heavy. What can I say? Anyways, y'all take care. Stay well, stay safe. If you're watching this and you're trying to run a business, you're trying to start your own business, know the hassles you're going to get into with property management companies and how ridiculous they can be. Anyways, y'all take care. Stay well, stay safe.